Hello again, everybody. Just wanted to continue with my dream journal. Just to summarize the last dream I was talking about with the 80s song from Erasure, Chains of Love. It was a bit long-winded, and I could have gone on with more information, but I just wanted to kind of quickly summarize. I just found references to Revelations 12 and Psalms 2, even 2 Corinthians 12, 2-4, which I just felt from the Lord. It was all related to me personally, so as well as with what was going on at the time when I had a dream. So I just wanted to say that even a song that's so irrelevant, so has nothing to do with what's going on now, can be exactly that. That's the irony. So it was the words. So I'm going to put the link to the video, and I would like for you guys to listen to the video and see the lyrics for yourself, so maybe you'll get what I was seeing. So I'm going to move on to the next dream. This was on October 14th, and this dream was the dream. Probably the most biblical dream I've ever had, and the most vivid, and it was just unexplainable, but I'm just going to read it to you the way I wrote it. I was in a room much like a living room, but it was not a typical one. Everything was white. The people in the dream all wore white clothes, very silky and clean. I remember first seeing my husband's face. He was smiling as he was watching something intently, like on a TV screen. I glanced to see my two boys were sitting on the floor in front of him. Also looking at the screen, there was some other people surrounding us as I was sitting opposite side facing my family. The light coming from the source, this TV screen, it was too bright and radiant to be from a TV. I felt like we were watching a movie, but it was live. Whatever it was, we all gasped and smiled and just watched in total amazement. Then it was over. I thought to myself, so that's how it will end. People left the room in groups, while my husband stayed with the boys. I felt like I was the overseer, making sure things were okay. I looked to my left and smiled at this old-age couple. They were also watching a similar screen with the same radiating light. The man sitting with one leg up on the armchair while the woman is comfortable on the floor. They were all dressed in beautiful silky white clothes too. They reminded me of the actor-actress couple from Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing, Ozzie Davis and Ruby Dee. Then I appeared in another room. This was a very large and dramatically designed room. It was shaped like a half-moon driveway, but with 15-foot ceilings, floor-to-ceiling windows, double-paned all around. Everything was crispy white. I felt comfortable and at home there. There was a door to my right, facing the flat with no windows. The flat wall. The door was constantly opening and closing as people kept coming in. I was on a cordless phone talking to my mother. However, we didn't speak any words. I just knew she asked me, what was it like there? I was describing everything to her as much as I can. Then I spoke and thought, as I was watching my boys run around in the room and my husband chasing them, with other children too. There were many people, but it was calm and everyone was cool. Suddenly, animals came in. At least some dogs anyway. They were all different sizes and breeds. What threw me were these two huge dogs that came in together side by side. One was a black Rottweiler, and the other was a white dog, but I wasn't sure if it was the same or something different. They brushed right by me as I bent over to keep from falling from the strength of their girth. I gave them a quick glide petting greeting. It seemed everyone was happy to see the dogs. Then this little girl, a precious little blonde-haired, blue-eyed thing with a mini white princessy dress on. walks by me very slowly. She even had a flower crown on, much like the precious crown of thorns our Savior wore, but with white flowers. Looking up at me intently, I couldn't take my gaze off of her. She opened her mouth and she finally spoke, and only her voice was heard in the stream. She said, "Be happy. Today is the day." And everything just faded into white, and then I just saw the word happy. That was the only thing that was visible. And then the word happy, like the first three letters, turned into Yah, Y-A-H. So I don't know if it was the Yah-P, which I thought, I wasn't sure if that was good in a way, but at the same time, it was sweet and innocent. When I woke up from the stream, I was so overwhelmed. I couldn't believe how I felt like it was like a Noah's Ark. And I actually drew a little sketch of it just so you could see what that room was like. This was like my little set of notes. I just wanted to show you quickly the room and the girl, what the girl looked like. Everybody was basically coming in this way and walking in this way. So I thought that was a cool dream. And it is for your discernment. My next dream, and on October 18th is when I posted my first vlog, which I thought was significant for me. The interpretation of that Noah's Ark dream kind of became a little nutty for me, because I thought it was maybe possibly about the pregnancy timeline that we were all trying to figure out as watchers from the Chile earthquake back in February. But it never really matched up, obviously, because we thought October, then we thought November, and now we're here in December. So nothing ever came of it. But it was actually fun to figure it out at the time, because that's what we all tried to do. On 10/24, October 24th, I had the dream of the numbers 8, 9, 10, and this was after I read Charity's vision, which everybody knows about, the 5, 6, 7 Jesus vision, the vision she had. Just to read it quickly to you, she was in the kitchen, Charity, and she was having lunch, and then she suddenly got a splitting headache. So I'm going to read it from her perspective. "So I quickly got the rest of the food in the fridge while cringing in pain, and then laid down with a pillow over my head. Well, anyway, about 5 minutes after laying down, I heard 5, 6, 7 Jesus in my head. This kept repeating over and over, 5, 6, 7 Jesus. And with each Jesus, I saw the door of Noah's Ark being shut with a loud bang. So I heard Jesus and bang at the same time." So I thought that was something. I mean, I don't know if it had to do with this month as well, since the week of December 5th again came up, and from my other dream, and also the dates from 5, 6, 7, and then my dates 8, 9, 10, and 10 obviously being the blood red moon. But let's see, we are at the 12th now. I'm going to go on quickly. This is going to be a 3-part video. Sorry, I hope it's not boring you, but I really want to get this out, and I guess it's more for my family and friends as well, because I would like for them to see the dreams that I've had or hear about them. I started having a series of, I would have to say, I don't know how to say it or describe it any other way, but it's dreams of people with M names. And And starting on October 28th up to Thanksgiving, or even I would say December 8th to be exact, I had dreams of 7 people in total, with the names that start with M or their last name was M. And to be honest, it was 6 people with their first initial as M, and the 7th person I dreamt of, their last names started with M. And M being the 13th letter of the alphabet, I thought, what is going on? First I have the 3s, first I have a series of 3s, and then the number 13. So I thought, what's with 13? And tomorrow happens to be the 13th, so I don't know what's going on with that. But I can't get away from the fact that I had all these M name dreams. But let me just get in with the first one. The first one was with Mark Wahlberg. And this was a really doozy of a dream. I'm just going to try to summarize it as much as I can. I mean, I was in Canada. I was in a place where it was kind of like my business. And this was the business I would have had if I got to work a long time ago. This was before my injury, before my son's diagnosis. So I was basically getting ready for a movie premiere, film premiere of some kind, for a short film. And it gets kind of crazy because Mark Wahlberg was in the dream, and he wasn't pleasant looking at all. He actually had a third eye in the dream. So I looked up his information, and it was really pertaining to the numbers 9/11, or November 9th at the time. His birthday was June 5th, 1971, which adds up to 11/9, and he is the youngest of 9 children, which I thought it was very significant. His parents were divorced when he was 11, so I thought that was something else. And then his most important role that he's ever been in, where he earned his first Oscar nomination, the movie was called The Departed. And I took that as something where I have a thing with where I look at words, and I just automatically unscramble it somehow. I'll take pieces of words and just make up new ones. But I looked at the word departure, and then I took the letters P-A-R, and I just flipped it from departure to derapture. So that's something that I do. And then this story came in, and I'm just going to quickly summarize it before my time is up. This is a quote from him that made me realize that 9/11 was 2 very, very important numbers in his life because of the events of the actual 9/11. He and some friends were actually booked to fly on one of the planes that crashed into the Twin Towers on September 11, 2001, originally planning on flying from Boston to Los Angeles, but at the last minute they decided to charter a plane to Toronto, Canada for a film festival, and then from there to Los Angeles. A near brush with death that he still dreams about today. We certainly would have tried to do something to fight. I had probably over 50 dreams about it. And just the fact that I had the dream in Canada, and it was a film premiere, and I was like, wow, that's just too much of a connection, It's why did that happen? Why did I dream about him? Why did I dream about those exact scenarios? But so it was something. And I looked up the meaning of what the eyes are and having a third eye, and they say the left eye is symbolic